Konnichiwa, mina. It's Sensei and Cleo, and I'm back with another Sensei review. And today we're going to talk about Link's Awakening. I'm going to do the Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, the 2019 redo, because I played the original, but I feel like people would be more familiar with the redo. That's on the Switch. So as usual, I'm going to be looking at the story, the characters, the art, the music, the gameplay, and giving an overall score on a regular grade scale because I'm a teacher and that makes sense to me. Okay, so anyway, Cleo's here and she's being very helpful right now. Hi. All right, so I really don't want her to attack this. All right, I'm gonna set that over there for the moment. So Link's Awakening, it's kind of an interesting thing. So in the Zelda community, there's either like people talk about the 2D games and the 3D games. So this is a 2D game, and usually people don't have a lot of negative things to say about 2D games, and I agree generally. This is Cleo, everyone. And anyway, so with the 2D games, this one actually came around the same time. I think it was after A Link to the Past, which was the Super Nintendo one. I'm actually replaying that right now. I've been not making videos because I've been playing video games. But anyway, so it came around the same time, and this was the first handheld Zelda game, and the remake was pretty accurate to the original. It was mostly a graphic update, and what else? I don't think it really added much. There's a little bit of an addition to it, but basically, I did play the original. I have the original on my Game Boy Color. Yes, yes, I still have my Game Boy Color, and yes, it still works. It has consumed many batteries over its lifetime, mostly thanks to Pokemon. But anyway, so I actually played this as an adult, so I don't have any like nostalgia points for this game, but I didn't know anything about this game, and as usual, my reviews, like, you need to play the game. I'm gonna spoil it. I'm gonna just, please understand. So there's a big spoiler about this particular game, and I didn't know about it. People didn't really know about this game before they decided to do a remake, and gosh, it must have been like 2014 or something that I played it. And it really struck me. And I didn't expect it for a Zelda game, a kind of like out of nowhere plot twist and stuff like that. And I really liked it, and I was very happy that there was going to be a Switch version. My children like this game. They're very young, and they like to call this one Little Link. They have like their own nicknames for all of the video games that I play. So this one is Little Link, and super cute. I really like the remake. The art was fine. Really, there wasn't a lot to do in this particular game. Can we sit down so I can actually talk to people? Okay, okay. Purr. Yes, you're very happy. Can we just sit? It takes her forever to get settled. All right, there we go. It's pretty fast for today. All right, so anyway, I will start, like I said, with my kind of impressions of where I came to this game from. So, I have not played all of the Zelda games, particularly the ones that are on the portable systems, but there's only a couple that I haven't played. But of the portable ones, of the 2D ones, I really liked Link's Awakening, and I thought it was different. And I think that I have a emerging sort of thesis about the Zelda games, that I really like the Zelda games that don't take place in Hyrule. I think that if they don't take place in Hyrule, I tend to like them more because they're different, and I don't know what to expect. And I have an adventure, and it's interesting and fun. So this one does not take place in Hyrule. This one is on Koholint Island, and basically the story is relatively simple. You start off shipwrecked. You're in a storm, and there's this cute little like anime of Link, being in a storm, and then his ship is hit, and he wakes up on this island with a beautiful girl named Marin, and she's going to, basically tell him where he is, and then the adventure starts from there. So there's a cute little village. I don't remember all the names of the villages, so I'm going to skip over these. But there's a village that you can sort of start off in. You got to find your sword. And I'm pretty sure that Talon and Malon from Ocarina of Time were kind of taken from these two characters that exist here on Koholint Island, and at least in development and making of characters. So that's kind of fun. But anyway, the main objective is to get off the island and find your way home. But the owl is also something that originated in this game as your helper. It's what Gaiapora, or whatever it is. And anyway, I'm really dyslexic, so I may have gotten that backwards. But going to say you have to wake up the windfish if you want to leave. So there is a sort of volcano-looking mountain, and there's an egg on top of it, and you need instruments in order to play the Ballad of the Windfish, which is Marin's favorite song, and wake up the windfish. And then when you do that, you can go home. So the big plot twist, again, spoiler, is, I don't know, about 3/4 of the way through the game, you find out that if you wake the windfish, everybody and the entire island will disappear. So you, I was walking out, I think it's like the face shrine, but you're like walking out of there, and I was just like, am I doing the right thing? Am I the bad guy here? But the windfish is like possessed by bad nightmares, which is why the island is filled with monsters and stuff like that. And but it was really like the first time in a Zelda game where I was questioning what I was doing. And for a little itty bitty Game Boy title, like, I was really impressed. I was like, wow, okay, I didn't expect that. So, you know, you wake the windfish, and the windfish is having a dream. The dream is the island, and the island disappears, and you get back on your boat, and you head out, and that's kind of the story. So I want to say that there are Zelda games that have really good stories. There really are, and for what it is, I think this game has a good story. It's not Hyrule. Everything's a little weird, a little off, a little different, and that's because it's a dream world. And I really enjoyed the general story. It's simple, you know, and they had that sort of plot twist, which we didn't really expect. But at least, like I said, for people who didn't know about the game and stuff like that. So I imagine that the people who played the 2019 version and first experienced the game, that was a bit of a surprise too. So I think for what it is, the story is pretty good, but it's still a relatively simple story. It's a little baby Game Boy title, so I'm gonna give it a B. I think it's above average. I think it's really good for what it is, but at the same time, it's a simple story. You know, you don't play Zelda games for the story. You gotta play it for the dungeons. Duh. Okay, anyway. So, characters. Gosh, I think the characters are really endearing in this title, especially because we know that they're doomed. So you have to appreciate them because they going away. So you have Marin and her father's like Tarin or something. And he turns into like a tanuki in the forest, and there's a little thing about that in order for you to progress. And gosh, so you have this old guy, and I don't remember what his name is because it's kind of funny. But he can't talk to people in person. And like I can personally relate to that. I'm actually a very shy person. On the inside, I'm just very well trained. So anyway, I don't know. It's Ulele or I don't know. I don't know what his name is. But anyway, he gives you hints. You can't talk to him in person, but there's these little phone huts that you can talk to him, and he will give you hints about what to do next if you get stuck or you don't know where to go. Like most Zelda games that are 2D, the top-down Zelda games, you're restricted with where you can go next based upon, you know, the items that you have and stuff like that. So he will usually give you hints if you get lost. There's a random abandoned house with a ghost lady, and it's kind of sad. But there's a little item quest, and a lot of the 2D Zeldas have some sort of item quest. You have to give this to this person, then you can give that to this next person, blah blah blah. And a lot of the characters in there are cute. There's an animal village with sentient animals and a pretty goat. Anyway, it's fun. There's a wall. Is it a walrus? There's a walrus that blocks your way, and you have to like have Marin come over and sing a song. And anyway, it's cute. It's like all the characters are just really endearing. And while they're not like again a core part of the game, it's kind of side quest territory most of the time. I think they're really fun. There's like little kids that play around in the main village and stuff, and shop people. There's a little evil bat. The evil bat, I think, first made it in the 3D appearance in Skyward Sword. But basically, like, they think they're cursing you, but they're actually helping you by increasing something, one of your items. Anyway, I think the characters are cute, and I think they're fun, and I like interacting with them. And guess who's in the remake? Our boy Dompe is in the remake. And so really the remake here in the 2019 version was not going to add a lot. They're like, let's just redo the game. But this is the one thing they added. So they added our guy Dompe. He's a gravekeeper, if you don't know who Dompe is. I like the ghosties. So anyway, he usually guards the graveyard, and especially in more recent Zelda games, if there's a graveyard and they want to add somebody, it's always Dompe. So he has a little hut, and it's a creepy hut. And he, the extra thing that was added to the remake was a dungeon creation mode. And there are a certain amount of dungeon trials that you have to do in order to get certain things. And when it comes to the 2D Zeldas, I'm a collector and I will get everything. So I actually did, on a recent playthrough of it, I did everything in the dungeon creator simulator, whatever. Hi, are you rolling? That's very nice. She's attacking the board. Yes. Okay. But Dompe's there, and Dompe's fun. I don't mind our boy Dompe. I'm always happy to see him. So characters, I think, are okay. I think it's really cute that at a certain point you're like sitting on a log with Marin, and the narration, the text that goes along with it is like, oh, you're sitting with a pretty girl. Is this your big chance? And I will spoil again something else. If you do all the things, I don't know, you have to do some special stuff. But if you fulfill some requirements, Marin says that she wants to go off and see other places beyond the island, which we find out is impossible, right? And she wants to be reborn as a bird. And so if you do everything you're supposed to do at the very end sequence, you'll see a bird, flying across the sky, and it's like Marin reborn, which is nice. So anyway, I think that, again, for a little Game Boy title, it really packed a lot of nice characterization. They're very charming. And endearing, and packed more of an emotional punch than I thought, because again, you find these characters to be really cute and everything, and then they disappear, like they're gone. There's even a fun item shop guy that if you steal something from his shop, because you have to like pick up the item to leave, he'll actually, whatever you name yourself, he will rename you Thief. Which is kind of fun. And he attacks you with random lightning. He's like really overpowered for a shopkeeper. Anyway, I really liked the characters. I think the characters are a big part of why people liked this game and people cared about Koholint Island. So I'm gonna go A for the characters. I think they're really good. All right, art. I'm gonna do two things about the art, because we have the original and we have the remake, and I'm technically doing the remake. So the original is very simple. They even reused a lot of assets like Mario villains from like, it must have been, what is it? I forget what the Game Boy Super Mario is called, but they had like the piranha plants. They have the chain chomp very famously that's in this one. And a couple, there's some boos even. There's little boo ghosts in the dungeons, and they kept those for the remake. So the remake, had kind of interesting art, and a couple people that I like to watch on YouTube were sort of criticizing it when it first came out as like it sort of looks like toys, like it's kind of a toy texture. It's definitely like chibi, like little superimposed character versions. And I don't know, I think it's fine. It was the Game Boy stuff, so like whatever. They wanted to kind of, I think, keep that art, and there's like this weird like fade in, fade out effect as you're walking through, because it's still like it was back in the day. It was like a screen, right? And so you had to like walk to the next screen, and then the next screen would load. So in lieu of that, they're kind of like doing this fade in, fade out effect for all of the areas, and I liked it. I think that it looked really cute and different. You know, there's something off about it, but I think that fits with the theme of the game. Um, and I mean, I think that the dungeon design is very good. It's very strong. You know, it's a Zelda game, so you have really strong dungeons and everything else. There's no problems there. The sound design. Oh wait, I'm not doing that yet. I'm just on art, but I think the art's cute. And you know, people were criticizing it maybe being unimaginative and stuff like that, but they're doing a remake, so I think it looked really nice. I think the animation bits were done very well. And the windfish is an unholy nightmare, like what the actual windfish looks like. So, I mean, they did a remake, and I think that it was nicely done in the remake. So, I don't have a problem with the art. I'm gonna go A for the art. I think it's really pretty solid, you know, and I think it works for the game. Okay, music. One of the groups for Zelda that I belong to is like having a fight right now about the Breath of the Wild soundtrack, and how a lot of people don't like it. Don't worry, I'll do a Breath of the Wild video and I will share my views. But anyway, one of the things about, I think, a lot of the 3D Zeldas and the modern Zeldas is that they do a lot of rehashing of music. And this did not happen with Link's Awakening. It did not happen with the original, and it did not happen in the remake. And I really appreciate that. So, talking about the music, it has original music, and it's good. And I'm okay with that. So, there are regularly a good couple of tracks from Link's Awakening that I listen to, and it doesn't matter if it's the original, although I do like the original, or the remaster on the 2019 version on the Switch. The music tracks are solid. So the standout track, definitely the one I remember, is this song, the Ballad of the Windfish. And that's a really pretty song. It's Marine's favorite song. She's singing it all the time. And it's the song that you play on all of the instruments that you gather from the various dungeons. So that's what you use to wake up the windfish, and it's kind of a key part of the game, and music, again, with this particular title, was a key element to the game itself. So much appreciated. I love it when a Zelda game does that. And so that's a very, very pretty track. If you have not listened to that, please do. It's great. Some other ones, I really like the Sword Search music. It's kind of a riff on the main Zelda theme, but it's a little different. It's a little subdued because you're walking around defenseless. And then let's see, people, and I really like I don't know, the Tall Tall Mountain, Tal, Tal. The Tall Tall Mountain theme is most excellent. So there are a couple of standout tracks that I really, really like and I regularly listen to that come from this game. And I'm really happy with the fact that they decided to do a remake of Link's Awakening, because I feel like it's a really solid game and it's got really solid music that a lot of people didn't know about. So I'm going to go A again for music, because I really like the music in this game. It's unique to the game. It's original music. And it's really nice, and I don't care which version I'm listening to, they're both excellent, the original or the remake, because in the original you get kind of the beep boop version. I really like glitch hop music, and yeah, I like video game music. If you haven't gotten that impression from me so far, she's rolling. Okay, alright, so gameplay. 2D Zeldas, it's what they're known for, is the gameplay, right? The gameplay's gotta be good. Okay, so there's a couple of different things, I guess, about this particular title that I wanted to go into. So you've got your standard stuff when it comes to a 2D Zelda. You get items, and you're able to do things, unlock new places, be more effective against enemies, etc. Progressively you can get upgrades, all of that good stuff. So that's all there. Dungeons are excellent. No problem with all of the dungeons. They're fun. The dungeon remix section was simple, I guess is the best word I can have for it. It's okay. It's fine. I did it. Is it challenging? No. Is it time consuming? Yes. um, I don't know. It's fine. There's the mini games are a lot of fun in this one. So there's a fishing hole that's like sideways. That's the thing that Link's Awakening did, is it had like sideways stuff, like 2D stuff. Like full 2D. So the fishing hole is full 2D, and there's a couple of really rare fish, which is, I think, another sort of Zelda staple, where, you have like your regular fish, you get a couple pieces of heart or a bottle or something from doing fishing, and then there's like super rare fish. So I even got like the super rare fishies in this game, and I felt accomplished. The funnest thing for the side quests is there is a crane game, like a UFO catcher game. I love them in real life, and I even love them in the video game. So there's a cute little thing where they have a Yoshi doll, of all things. Like the little kids in town are like, I want a Yoshi doll, but the game's too hard. I'm like, I got you. I got you. I get you that Yoshi. So anyway, you get a piece of heart. You get one of those little stones, like a blank stone tablet for the Dompe thing. And then you get all of these dolls that will randomly be appearing every so often. And they're the Mario mascots. So, like, they're just random Mario things. And they go all around the houses in the village, right? In the main village. So, everybody wants to have a couple of them in their house. It's really cute. And I love it. Like, I can't not get all of them when I'm playing Link's Awakening. I'm just like, I need them. I need them all. So that's really fun. I really like the side quests, and even the I don't know, the item trading sequence I really enjoyed as well. I guess in the original, the thing you get at the end is the boomerang, and I guess that was more effective in the original, but whatever, it's fine. There are a couple of other items that are unique to this one. So you get like a defense acorn, where it's like if you pick it up, your defense is doubled for, I don't know, a minute, 30 seconds, something like that. And then you get an attack something. I don't remember what the attack one is, but it's red. And you get your attack boosted for a little bit. So that was it. That was an interesting sort of gameplay thing for me. There are a couple of warp points, that you can get around a little quicker. And let's see. I'm visualizing the world map and stuff. Hi. Hi. But anyway, yeah, I think the dungeons are a lot of fun. I think they were really creative because they had to be a bit software limited, when the original game came out. So obviously in the remake, they didn't have those limitations, but they just sort of redid the dungeons and everything. But they're a lot of fun, and finding all of the secrets is challenging and fun, and I really like the gameplay. I think that for the 2D Zelda, it's good. It's good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and do top honors. I'm gonna do an S for that, S ranking. I really like the gameplay. I think it's a fun game to play. I would play it again. I would definitely play it again. And my kids enjoy watching me play it. So it's just while it's collecting things, which I very much enjoy doing, it's not like overwhelming. It's just kind of easygoing, and it's fun, and I enjoy it. So overall score, would I recommend this to a friend? Absolutely. There's not a lot of debates, as I said at the opening, about 2D Zelda games. They're just solid, they're good, they're fun, and a good challenge here and there. They're gonna test you here and there. They get a little tricky, A little tricky here and there, a little tricksy. And they're fun. So looking at kind of our score overall, I think the story, woo, it's kind of the weakest point, and that's just because it's a 2D Zelda game. The 2D Zelda games are not really built for story. You know, they're built for everything else. And I think that this one definitely succeeds everywhere else. And I was very happy with games like Hyrule Warriors. Not the Breath of the Wild one, but the regular one. That had a whole map that was dedicated to Koholint Island and Link's Awakening, and had some characters from it. Madeline became a playable character, which was a lot of fun, and her attacks, you know, everything sort of has to do with the game, and lots of good Easter eggs there. So I was happy. That's really, I was like, they made a thing for Link's Awakening in, you know, Hyrule Warriors. Like, this is all I'm ever going to get, and I'm very happy with it. So I was really happy when they decided to make a redo of Link's Awakening, so more people could enjoy it, because it really is a good game, and I think it's right up there with A Link to the Past, which was the Super Nintendo one. I don't really like the original. Okay. I played the original Zelda, and I'm just like, okay. I really like A Link to the Past, though, and I really like Link's Awakening. So gosh, yeah, I'm gonna go A. I'm gonna go A for an overall score, because I think that's fair. We got one above, we got one below. So I think A is really good for Link's Awakening altogether. I think it's a really super solid game, and I think it's fun, and it's cute, and engaging, and challenging here and there. Like, gameplay-wise, as well as, like, thinking about stuff, because you do have to think about stuff here and there. But yeah, it left an impression on me, you know, when I first played it, and that's hard for a little Game Boy game, a humble little Game Boy game. And I think that my kids really liked, you know, the redo. I really like the redo because it's easy to play, because it's on my Switch. And I really enjoy it, and I would definitely recommend it to people to play, just because it's a good time. And it's just fun, and that's what I want in video games. I want to have fun, and, you know, question my moral choices. That too. That's always good, right? Question my morality while I'm playing a game. Anyway, but yeah, I really, you know, beyond the game, like I said, I listen to the music. I enjoy and remember the characters, and that's a good thing. I think this is definitely a highlight for people who have not played the original, didn't have Game Boy, weren't alive, you know, whatever the situation may be. And can really enjoy this game now, because it's a lot of fun. The characters are really engaging and memorable, and I feel really super motivated whenever I'm playing the game to just, like, get all the stuff. And that's good. It's good. And like I said, the dungeon simulator thing, it's time consuming, so if you need to waste some time playing some video games, you can do that. It's not really necessary. What do they have? The little, I don't know. I don't even know the word in English or Japanese, but they were the little collector thingies. You got the shells in this game, but no, I'm thinking of sorry, I'm thinking of A Link Between Worlds. I'll do that one too. Later. But yeah, this one had shells, secret seashells that you were collecting, and then you could get fun stuff. So anyway, you get motivated to find all the things, because they'll give you one or two that are easy, and you're like, oh yeah, I can do this, and then the rest are really difficult to find without a guide. Do it without a guide. Do it like Sensei does. Do it without a guide and see if you can get everything. It's a good challenge. Anyway, but this has been Sensei and Cleo. You gonna wake up? You gonna wake up, Chunkus? I think I've shown all of you, but she has the extra toes. Oh, you're purring. Why are you putting up with me? Why do you put up with me? Okay. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. And please go play Link's Awakening. It's a good game. I hope you will enjoy. Sayonara, mata ne. Are you coming? Oh, you come back this way? Come back this way? Stepping on my board.